Hello everyone. I am Andrew Dornan, also known as the 12th Kind here on YouTube, and today is something very different. I'll explain after the intro. So, this is exactly what it looks like. It's an animation. Well, almost. Kind of. Sort of. This is something that I wanted to do for a while, but I didn't know how to go about it. I ultimately decided on making this. This is what I call a rocket bird. With that out of the way, I wanted to spend this video on giving you an inside look as to how I'll make these videos. Alright, so here we are in Premiere. I loaded up a file that I used to do some testing before I finally settled on what I wanted to do. And so we're going to go ahead and jump right in. For starters, what I want to do is I want to grab the audio file that I want to use. I want to bring it in here. I'm using Adobe Pro Creative Cloud, but I may also use Premiere Elements. It just depends on what I need for a specific video. So the first thing I want to do is with my sample audio. Now this is basically what I'm going to be doing for all of my videos right here, even though I'm using completely unrelated audio. It's still more or less what I'm going to be doing, with some exceptions, like if there's extra long audio or what have you. So first thing I did is I chopped off the beginning and end of the audio clip because it's just a white noise, which we don't need right now. Also, I made these files in a free drawing program called Krita. I'll have a link in the description below. So I made 3 files. I have one with the mouth closed, half open, and open. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, just select that. Okay, so now we can hit left or right of the audio keys. Let me just turn down my audio, and we can see that the mouth goes from closed to half open to open. And now what I want to do is I want to control C the half open, put it there, control C the closed, and put it here. Now what I'm going to need to do is change this a little bit so it kind of fits with the syllable. And this is more or less what I need to do. And then that's just the basics. It kind of gets more crazy as it goes on. So then what we want to do is we want to get this this white.png, so it kind of serves as the background for the arm. So what we want to do is we want to go into effects, and we need like a crop. So we can go in the video effects, transform and crop, put that down there, and then effects control, and just bring this down a little bit, bring it over, and scroll down to crop. And now what we can do is we can do the ellipse tool, invert the selection, and then just kind of take that all the way across, and then we can just manipulate this so it can better fit the area. And then what I can do is go back into this, and now I can grab the left arm.png and drop that in right there, so it's on top of the white layer. And something that I'll do in a minute, as you can see, we have no background. That's because each one of these images has a transparent background. Even the arm is just in reality this little outline right here, and that's why I put the white PNG right there. And now what we want to do is take another white PNG, drop it down, go into effects, put crop on it, and then we want the eclipse tool again, invert the selection. Oops, I said invert. There we go. And then we want to bring this up here. Now you may notice that there's already an eye there, but after I made the character files, I realized I didn't actually like the fact that it was a static eye, and so instead of going back in and removing it, I just decided that this would be different and a bit more interesting. Alright, so I'm gonna drag that there. Here we go. And now we want the eye blank, and it's a bit large, but that is kind of the point, is it not? We can click and drag to change it, and then scale needs to go down. I think, yep, we can click that. Oops, nope. Do that. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to get the eye to move. I think as far as scale goes, that's good. Nope. This part is all about just trying to visualize where you want it to go and get it up there. And that looks about good. I would like to extend the white PNG real quick, so I'll just do that little number and grab the mask, bring it out a bit, drag it back, and that looks about good. So I'll bring the eye back around, and it looks pretty terrifying because it is just a blank eye. And now we are getting to the point where we need to increase the size, and we want to put the pupil in. The pupil is not where it's supposed to be. We need to bring it down a bit. We also need to shrink it and move it back up into the eye. Maybe bring it down a little bit. And let's see. There we go. Now, one thing I want to do with the eye is I actually want to change the anchor point to about the middle. Let's zoom in a bit. 150. I would like to... Oh. Nope. Okay. Ah, here we go. So let's change the anchor point to make it right in the center. And then let's just move it in. Oops. And there we go. And just make it a bit smaller for good measure. I'd say 45% is pretty good. All right, and also don't forget to save your project. That's all good. And so now if we go to fit, it's all right there. The eye bit looks a bit weird, and that's just something I'm working on. All right, so now that that's taken care of, we want to wait for Premiere to have its little spaz attack. A fun little bit about Premiere Pro is that it requires a lot of resources and will frequently crash, which it probably just did. Nope. There we go. Oh. It doesn't like this one bit. Oh, it really doesn't like this. There we go. Okay, so it's not entirely frozen. Alright, so I knocked all of those up a bit because I actually want to throw in a white background. Grab that and just kind of do that so it increases the size. Maybe 200. Yeah. Let's not have it like insanely large. Alright, so now that we've got all of these layers here, we can actually go through the audio. And we can see that now that these things have disappeared, we can actually just hide all of those if we want. And so now what we want to do is we just want to go through and do this little process of having the mouth move on every syllable for each and every single word and syllable that has been spoken in this clip. So I'm going to just give you a time lapse of what that looks like, and then we'll go into more advanced things like having the eyes and arms move. All right, so I'll see you guys after the time lapse. Alright, so I got done with everything, and then I went and trimmed every frame here to just to make sure that it all cuts off at the right time. So real quick, I'm going to save. And so now we have this.
I do it done. Would you like my glowing mega blocks?
As you can see that the mouth moves with it and it's synced up. It's not necessarily entirely perfect, but we don't shoot for perfection here. We are not Cell. But now that we have gotten that taken care of, we need to start working on animating the arms and eyes. And so the first thing that I want to do is for the arms, I want to go up to rotation and click the stopwatch icon that enables keyframes for that. And I also want to do the same thing for here. I believe rotation and position are the two that I want. And so now we want to take a quick look at our little animation and see what exactly we want to do here.
I do it.
Here we go. So about here, I want to go and click this little button here for position and rotation for the pupil. And I want to go down to the left arm and do the same there. And then I want to zoom in. And I want...
Done.
And I want keyframe there. I want to go up to pupil and make keyframes there and there. And so now that we have these keyframes, in fact, I need to add, oops, did not mean to do that. These left and right arrows basically say, you know, hey, skip here, which is not what we want to do. I want to do this little number. So that way we have the keyframe here, and then we have a keyframe here that keeps it in position. And then we have this here. And so I want to do a keyframe here and here. just so that way. You may be wondering why all the excessive keyframes. It's so that we can keep the original position, so that way it can fix itself with keyframes in the event that something goes crazy. So right now, with this little line right here, I want the eyes and arms to move. So what I want to do is I want to grab the arm, and we have a keyframe here, and so I want to jump to this keyframe that we placed around here, and I'm gonna set it to 360 degrees, so it's gonna rotate one time.
Done.
As you can see, it kind of clips through. That's because we haven't gotten a specific white connected with the arm, and so I probably won't be doing too many crazy arm movements, but for right now it serves our purposes. I'll probably change that in the future. As you can see, it kind of clips through that. So what we might want to do is move some of these layers around, which we can easily do just by dragging this all the way out. And since they're all the same, there we go. There, looks good. And arm kind of wigs out, but you know, it kind of adds to the crazy that is felt in this line. So we have the arm flip around like that, and it kind of snaps up a little bit. Is that 180 degrees? We can just snap that down. So we have the one rotation, and then we have that. So that way, that's all taken care of. All right, so now I want to go back here, and we're going to go to the pupil. And I'm just going to go to the end, and I want the position to, oops, that is horizontal. Let's do, doesn't want to do certain things. There we go. And we can, the rotation at this point shouldn't matter because we've got that set to 0, but I always have the keyframe set up just in case something goes wrong. And we can actually skirt this over a bit, and so it snaps up. There we go. And let's just zoom this out. Go in. There we go. And now
I do it done. Would you like my glowing mega blocks?
and that's more or less what I'm aiming for. There is a lot of work put in just in animating the mouth itself. Even for like a short video is going to be a little bit of extra work, but that's why I'm doing this, is to get that level of experience of like diving into projects like these, because I do have another project which requires a lot of these mouth movements and even some masking to change certain things, and so this is good practice for that. And I think I might try my hand at like drawing people somewhat, and so this might change to a person, and who knows. I know in the thing earlier I said that this would this little guy would be the representation for any and all animations, but that might change. Everything is subject to change here. And so at this point I just go up to File and then Export, which I'm not going to do while I'm recording. So I will see you guys after I'm done exporting this, which will be the line that was recorded before this. Recording this video has been a bit confusing. And there you have it. I wanted to make this video first before I jump into my first storytime animation. Figured it'd be nice to have a video uploaded in advance in case anyone asks how I animate these videos. I'm not entirely sure when I'll make my first storytime animation, as I'm currently in college, but I would like to make one soon. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure you check out all the other content I make for this channel. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.